on now. Okay. Is that a good spot? Goodness. I'll tell them bring me back some jerk chicken down there. I know they can hear me down that Golden Crust. Where's the echo? Oh, God. Oh. Well, that's the only way they're going to put me back on TV again. I got to do it myself. All right, but everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so again, like I said, it's too to be alive, which is good, by the Son of Yahuwah. As I said before, as always, I'm always appreciative. As you get older, you start to consider and appreciate things a lot more than you did when you were younger. A lot of times, you know, we took a lot of things for granted. Our youth, our health, our going out, our ability to go forth and go in and go out, whatever we do, but then consider, you know, it's all just the con, which is the favor of Mr. Yahuwah, that he allow you the ability. There's a lot of people born, can't walk, can't talk, can't eat. Somebody had to feed them, or somebody got the wheelchair them around, some quadriplegic, whatever the situation is. And sometimes we don't consider our situation. It's just the con of Yahuwah. And whatever your situation is today, don't mean that's gonna be your day every day. Whether it's a good day or they say a bad day. So we learn to appreciate and consider. The precious thing about life, Kai, is the fact that you only get one. I heard a man say one time, and I agree, if I had two, I'd take a chance with something else. Wouldn't hurt, you got another one. The second one, you always be a little more careful, a little more cautious with that one. But since you only get one, makes you really consider, you know, the way we ought to walk. It's important to look at how the word, go forth and what it records for us. We've been told a lot of things for a lot of years. A lot of people made a fool out of us. It wasn't just the white oppressor, it was the Negro preacher too. Everybody took advantage of us. Everybody waited from black organizations. These some of the biggest ripoffs you ever will find. Because people play on the most, I mean, who black wouldn't agree our life matter? You don't need to get no group name for that. Everybody agree their life matter. But people take these different organizations, situations, NAACP, what is it, National Organization, what is it, for advancement of colored people, whatever they call it. There's too many letters. Too many letters. And who didn't, black people wanted to advance, so they took advantage of them. They took advantage of people that couldn't eat in restaurant, couldn't come in the front door of a restaurant, people that really didn't have a right to vote, and they came along and said, we need to start an organization that said that advanced the so-called Negro. And all we did was go backwards. Rainbow push. Rainbow ain't moved nobody yet. Nobody but the homosexual agenda. Everything people used, everything people brought out to us to make a fool out of us. So of course, when something come out right, and something come out recorded that you can see and you can actually find and you can actually locate versus what people just told us out their mouth, it's gonna be argumentative. But as soon as another organization come out and proclaim they for the betterment of our people and for the educating our people, for the liberty of our people, people run behind without even investigating it. Now you got opportunity to sit down, and when you're here, you can consider. That's the best thing any of us can do. None of us had nothing to do with us coming in the world. And when Mr. Yahuwah see fit, we had to leave it. We just got to be right. At the end of the day, that's the thing that's most important to me. Nothing else I got is more important and more pressing than got to be right before we leave him. You can't sit around and just wish and pray, and folks say, wishing don't work. It don't even work with the cake. Sit there and wish and blow it. No, you ain't getting nothing, but you try it anyway. People be hoping to stuff the impossible. Go pay 50 cents, buy a ticket, and they want 50 million. Not even rational. People want the Most High to do something for them, but they hadn't done nothing for him. It's not even practical. It's not practical that he'll save you when your life is contrary to what he commanded you to do. It's practical if you interline yourself the way that he told it to interline, and guess what? Then he'll barak us, bestow a gift upon us. People gave us words and gave us conversation. We didn't even know the conversation and the word they gave us actually worked against us. It never worked in our favor. And all we did was spin our wheels and wasted a whole lot of time. Churches being built, family life center, and the whole family dying. Every time you go, someone got a new family life center. Somebody don't want to claim, they want to take out their hyphenation. I ain't Baptist. We just give them the name, take away Baptist so we don't turn people away. Somebody need to define what you are. Isn't that right? Why you want to define what you are? If it's right, if he proclaimed it, if it's written, you ought to be able to say what you are. We claim the Yahudim. That's in your book. Isn't that right? They'll go and then said he to the Jews. When can you find him ever recording a conversation to another religion?
That's right.
But yet people will sit and they'll invest money and time and stuff that don't even make sense if you think about it. Well, it's practical for us to let's all go with what's right. We leaving here. For every one of us. I don't want nobody telling no lies on me when I leave here. Tell the truth. Don't cover up nothing for me. Ain't nothing to be covered up. What I preach and teach, that's what I live. Isn't that right? I don't need anybody tell no lie to me. Don't know. They'll tell. Let them tell it. Isn't that right? Let them tell it. If I done it, it need to be recorded. It need to be told. Isn't that right? Same thing for every one of us. Time to live right now. That's the truth, man. That thing winding up. One of my mother, she just buried her sister Saturday. That's number 4. She done lost, 4 in 1 year. When Mr. Yahuwah get ready, that's how he move. Who gonna stop him? Isn't that right? Who gonna stop him? When Mr. Yahuwah move, who gonna stop him? I mean, it ain't the only person he went and got. It wasn't just her sister. He come around and get sister, brother, uncle, auntie, grandmama, granddaddy, nephew, nieces, everybody. Cousin, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 19th. When Mr. Yahuwah moved, that's the thing about it. That's why it's to our benefit to make sure we right. Because we don't know when he gonna move. You ain't got to be sick to die. People say they feel pretty good. A lot of folks felt pretty good, and they did. And I don't know nobody dead that's sick. So it's our benefit while we're here, make sure we line ourselves up and get right. The system has failed us. Ain't no use of trying to run in no pole to fix nothing. Ain't that right? We've been polled enough. That's just being honest. Ain't no use of trying to start no more organization to fix nothing. It's time to fix our relationship with the Most High. Isn't that right? Ain't no time to call on when something happen. I already been talking to him before something happened. I don't wait till something happen before I start to try to get no relationship to him further. Before I start, I ain't been doing everything you told me to do. I know I ain't been the person you want me to be, but he's really look at what we talking for. Let me guess, you need something. It's like a kid ain't did nothing you told him, say, give me some money so I can go to the store. What you gonna tell him? So Mr. Yahuwah dumber than us. Kid done disobeyed everything you told him to do, and then gonna say, let me get something, let me go somewhere. Now your mom and dad, when he let you go to the store, you been misbehaving. What that man like gonna let you come in here mad cool? You ain't been obeying what he told him. That's common sense. But people don't want to use that. They'll say he's not like us. We know he's not like us. He wants to be like him. See, our ways don't be equal. Our ways are unequal when it come down to his way. And that's what we got to start looking. Folks have said, we don't know his way. I don't know where people get it from. It's already been written for us. How you going to judge us by something? How you going to command us to do something we don't even know what it is? That don't even make sense. But you know, people for years have told us lies for the sake of trying to make people feel good versus tell us the truth. Ain't nothing going to be us a better benefit. Just tell us the truth. At least I know the truth and I know what I need to fix. If you leave me in an enigma sitting around, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's right. I don't know what his way is. I don't know why I'm serving. And what's the chance I'm going to get it right? I don't know. He don't know. Don't nobody know. So what's the purpose of even serving him? That makes absolutely no sense because there is a way. But mankind don't want to know it because they know they're going to be responsible. They're going to be held to it. These people know you're accountable. Once you know, you're accountable. And people feel like if they don't know, they feel like they're good. No, you're accountable. If you don't know, you're still going to be accountable because you should have known. That's just being out of, listen, people, I come out of the Baptist religion, born Baptist, I guess, and now I started Baptist. Nobody take me. I went to church on my own. And I started out in the Baptist church. My friend went, so I went with my friend. And you get yourself in this stuff. But, you know, even with it, I never felt like I was right. I tried, though. I never felt like I was right. People tell the truth. They know they're not right. They know to tell the truth. I knew it wasn't right. It's too many gaps. I close my eyes and try to make myself cry, squeeze them real tight so they get water because I need to cry. Then I would cry sometime out of pity. And then you sat there and you hope on something you know. It's just not practical. I knew when I got fed, no matter how good I went, I was going back home to shack up. I know I was going back home to drink and smoke. I tried to hold out and say, well, I won't do it before I go. And then I get home, I said, when I get finished, I try to wait till I get out. I get so bad I couldn't wait till I got home, I put it in the ashtray. As soon as I get out, I could smoke. I said, no, I ain't gonna listen to no rap on my way to church. I did, but I tried. I did. I said, I ain't gonna listen to no rap. I pushed that tape out. I was gonna put on the gospel station. I said, when I leave church, as soon as I get out, I click that thing and then them speakers start kicking. I ride off. I said, well, I done gave him his time. Nobody never told me he don't have a time that you can give and quit. His time is all the time. Nobody didn't tell me you don't get no time off. It ain't no your time, his time. Everything you do supposed to be to his benefit. Isn't that right? Well, it's for your benefit to do it. It's to try to show forth his will because somebody's trying to get home. And these people sitting out here in the dark and time, ain't nobody showing them no example. They can't find a religious leader they can put up that got no credibility. They ain't got not one civil rights leader. They don't have one politician. The world in total chaos. It was before, and don't put it on Corona. It was before Corona came. Everybody needs to tell that lie talking about the world messed up since Corona. The world was messed up before Corona came. It was messed up before AIDS came. The world was messed up once they decided they were going to try to make their own way. That's when the world got messed up. And the longer the world keep going their own way, the worse it's going to get. That's right. Everybody trying to sit around. Did it start in Beijing, China? Where? Beilong, China, wherever. Wang Chi, China. All that stuff sound like a disease. Everything you got ain't got to start with no Wong. No Chi. Ain't that right? They get you a normal name for one of them counties. Isn't that right? Just to be honest, all that stuff trying to put it on all these people, it started when we got away from him. The people of Elohim need to repent and turn back to him. The world doing exactly what they're supposed to do. The world's supposed to be off-centered. But the people of Elohim are the people he counting on to say, hey, it's our responsibility to do what we're supposed to do. And I used to looking at the rest of these people like homosexual, nobody else. If we held a standard, it wouldn't be as many gays as it would. They'd be too ashamed to go out here like that. Man, be too ashamed to try to go get some government check or some insurance to pay for it and get their penis whacked off. So a woman be too embarrassed to try to go and get a vagina sewed up so she can try to put a dildo on the front of it. Isn't that right? Go hang 2 acorns down there for some goobers. The system messed up. Whole world, folk go to church and lead a choir and the whole church know they gay. Folks said nothing about it. Piano player gay. Whole church know about it. Nobody said nothing about it. Folks told me, we got too many things going on. If we start fixing every one we got, then we can stop all the stuff going on. That's the problem now. Nobody addressing nothing. Ain't no standard. These young men right here, we got to say him, they need a standard. Somebody got to set a standard for them, even for the women. Somebody got to set a standard. These folks sit around and they'll make excuses for their pastor. Know their pastor inappropriate. Know their pastor got a sex drive and got a thing for kids. And got a thing. Then talking about look at God working. That's when you need to get out of there. When God start working, you need to get gone. Because somebody need to stand and declare the truth. And tell them how a young man supposed to adorn himself and a young woman how she supposed to adorn herself. They know what's right. These folks know going to churches with pants on, all this stuff. How you couldn't do it years ago, all of a sudden you can do it now. The grandmama raised them told us abomination. When it changed? That's the new one. These folks know when they grew up, they ain't never went to no church with no pants on. There wasn't no good way you couldn't wear. Nowhere in the world one could have popped up in no church in no 1930s and 40s, no 60s with no suit, no 3-piece suit on. With no handkerchief hanging out no pocket. They done ran out of there. They what happened now, folk done got caught. All of a sudden, God said, show me in the book where he changed that. Because if he done changed that, surely there's other stuff done changed too. Ain't no reason going because everybody dropped the standard because you're trying to get members. Members don't make right. What make right is the book. If folk want to be saved, they'll consider. They get time, you get ready to leave here, you got to sit down, you got to start trying to make reservations. You need to start considering what kind of life you got. How you been living. You can't get to the end and pray at the last minute and get in. That don't make sense. Everything you got to do, you got to get in while you're on this side. Well, we know how that works. We'll get ready and try to move forward, talk with y'all, because I got to have a quick little meeting too. So they're going to get ready to sound the Kato Sarah. That's the Abari word. They'll call it the trumpets or whatever, but we get ready and sound out, because in the last day, he said that the Kato Sarah, the trumpet Elohim, he said going to sound, and the dead and Elohim going to rise first. So we getting practice. When we hear it now, that's what we're doing, training ourselves for discipline. When we hear, you know, them sons will be sitting there, what is all that for? Don't worry about it. You won't hear the other one either. It's in their book. Right? The man said, when they don't read it, it's in their book. We ain't made up nothing, it's in the book. Man, I got for the call assembly, man, clearly told you that folks going to have to rise at the last trump. And they sit around, they just playing around. They hadn't trained their other discipline. Everything Yasharal prepared themselves for, they had everything he had for them. They already had a makeshift that they already practiced it. They were already set for it. People just didn't know it. Don't worry about it. I can teach that too. All right. Lem sana kato sara. Let's turn to the east. Palau, Most High, Yahuwah, Elohim, who is Al Shaddai, the mighty Tet. We Yakra upon your Shem, which is called upon your name, for no other help we know. We seek you for your redemption and your understanding. We Palau, in which we ask that you would blot out all of our kata and our ma'al, which are our sins and our transgression. Baraka us, which is bestow a gift upon us, that we might have an understanding. Make us a wise Gui nation. Baraka us, that we might receive the earnest expectation of the creature, which is the Ruach HaKadosh, which is the spirit of separation. Baraka us, that we might be Badal, which is separated from all of our Rasha works, which are the evil works, that we would bring forth Pari, fruit, which is meat for repentance. We palau unto you that you will be a baraka to those that are listening and watching in and those that are assembled under the sound of my voice, that they will consider their latter end, that we will make right with you before it's everlasting too late, that before the mashpat, the judgment, that you would allow Yahushua HaMashiach, which is your salvation, the anointed one, to be our shafet, which is our judge, that he might vindicate us in the yom of mashpat, which is in judgment. Baraka those that have a lob, which is a heart, and that have a lob, which is a mind, to consider the latter end. That you will allow us to get an understanding, that we could do your will, that we could be candidates that you receive into your everlasting Malkuth, which is your empire. As we prepare to move further, we ask that you will search us, see if there be any Rasha Darak, which is any evil ways. Cast it from us and lead us in the Arak everlasting, which is the way. Let the debar of our paw, which are the words of our mouth, let the meditation of our lobs, which is of our hearts, be acceptable in your which is in your sight. And as we prepare to move further, we palau, in which we ask that you take full control, that you get the tahalim, the praises, the kabud, the glory, and the kabad, the honor, in the shem, which is the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Let us all say, Amen. All right. Appreciate it. All right. As always, we use the bethmashiach.com. Anybody looking can type it in, look at it, consider. They can read it for themselves. And what we try to do is get back to what he established. When you start to read English, that's not what he established. That's what we were given from our captivity. When you start to consider your nafash, which is your soul, you want to get as close as you can back to what he originally stated. And a lot of times we don't realize that a lot of things they gave us is not what he stated. Isn't that right? Let's see. This is Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatab for our lamed.
It was written to instruct us.
That we through endurance.
That through endurance.
And nakum.
And through consolation.
Of the ketubim.
Of the writings.
Might have tikva.
That's what we talked about, having a core, having a connection. Having something we can reference, we can consider. That's why we're here.
Yes, sir.
Let's get me the 9th chapter of the book of Abarim, 9:27. I'll try not to be before y'all too long. Most High willing. 9:27 of the book of, matter of fact, give me 9:1 first. This is something else. Let's see. Might be 10:1 is what I want. Let me see. Mm. 9:1 and now said, the law having a shadow of things to come, but not the very image. Mm-mm. What does it say?
That's 10:1.
What does 9:1 say?
Then verily the first covenant
had regulations. Okay. We'll go to 9:27. That's true too. Matter of fact, go ahead and get one since I called it 9:01. For our young people, we'll be getting back to some things that we'll need to cover for all of you as well. While y'all young, we want to make sure y'all do that. Matter of fact, before you get me Kahalath, chapter 12. So that 9, 12, and 1. What's that? 12, 1. Kahalath, they call it Ecclesiastes, which are the lectures, the preacher. Kahalath. Let's see, Kahalath, they call it Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. That's for our young people too, this for everybody. But this is a good opportunity at y'all age now for y'all to really lay the law of everybody. Kahalath 12 and 1, listen.
Zakar now,
Which is remember, Zakar.
thy creator.
Hold what you got, let's look at Zakar. Let's find a meaning for Zakar. See, it's important that where a lot of people fault at in their walk is that they'll pronunciate or enunciate words, or they'll say things, but they don't actually understand what it means. So what he told us to do is to mark, so as to be recognized, to remember. You see that? You see what he did? To mark, so as to be recognized, to remember. Y'all got that? Y'all understand that? Now, where can we put that at, my young people? Well, my young people, you finna say something? You was excited. Spirit took over. Spirit took, and I said, my young people, he knew, if you got gray hair, I wasn't talking to you. If you got gray hair running, if you got more white than black, I wasn't talking to you. But to our young people, y'all can think anywhere we can do that? How many of my other people got an idea? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breeze, you put your hand up. That's smooth. He ain't put his up, he shook his head. So when he answer wrong, he'll say, I never raised my hand, I just shook my head. All right, that's 2. So we'll show you what we'll do there. Pick up at the book of Barashit, chapter 3. Oh, for the record, y'all didn't thought y'all taught me that, did you? Apparently you didn't zakah. Barashit, which is, they'll call it Genesis, Barashit. Now, what's important for us, 3, we'll see 3 and 3. Matter of fact, give me 3 and 1. Since we're there. I'm sorry, 4 and 1. 4 and 1. See that? They jumped, they was excited. Yes, sir. 4 and 1. And this is something that the King James, and I like for people to read the King James perversion simply because it doesn't actually give them a complete truth to statements. Now we'll read this and I'll show you where you'll see for yourself error. Now remember, the King James perversion is supposed to be translated from the original writings. Remember the statement, that's what it's supposed to be. They'll tell you, if you look at your book, it says it is a transliteration, a translation, which doesn't make sense now because a translation would be a direct equivalent word for a word. You got it? And so we're gonna see, as you read the King James perversion, we use it. I want you to see how inaccurate it is. Let's see what it reads and we'll follow along here.
And Adam knew Ka'ua.
Now it'll tell you, it'll say now the, which is Adam, man. The first one we knew was Adam. That's fine. Knew his wife. This is talking sexually, right? Let's see what happened. Her name was not in there. Now what does it say her name is in there?
Eve.
Eve. The only way that makes sense if you put summer in front of her name. That means she belongs to Massengill. Her name is Ka'ua. It's because she is a life giver. That's the proper name. That's her original name, Ka'ua. Now these people think Eve, Ka'ua doesn't mean the same thing. It does not mean the same thing. So your translation already is in an error right here because you don't even have the proper name. So you're going to recite something and say something that's going to be incorrect. Let's see what happened now. He knew his wife. We'll agree, Ka'ua. Let's just say the name. Let's say the name's not important. Let's see something. Let's do something. All right, let's say that word. Come on. And she did
conceived.
what? She conceived. How many times? Once. ED means what? Past tense. That means he knew her as she was pregnant from that event. Okay? And this is what she did.
Cain and Beth.
Now, their book said Cain. Only way that makes sense if you put co in front of it. The man's name is Cain. Cain, okay? And she said,
I have gotten a ish from Yahuwah.
which is true, she said she got her ish for a man. Ish is the word for man with the help of Yahuwah. So Yahuwah allowed this to happen. He helped her. Let's see what else happened. Keep reading look at your King James perversion now. And she did what?
Again, bare his ox, a ball, and a ball was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the Adamah.
So this again is in conjunction. She continued, which means she had twins. Your book say that?
Oh, sir.
It should tell you that he knew her again. Chronology and labeling is incorrect. You don't actually have real facts. So now it's going to be an error when you come back to look at who you call Jesus. What did he say? Let's see something. See if that's Yeuchanan 7 and 37. They call it John. But they ought to ask themselves, why am I using these names? Why? Because it's their name? The problem you have is the names you're using, nobody knows who you're talking about. See, you can become comfortable with something and it's still wrong.
That's right.
They don't have to, just because somebody say, how I know stuff is right, I don't feel bad. It don't mean it ain't right. It's just when you're doing wrong. So a lot of times people say, when I'm doing something wrong, the Lord will convict me. You can't get conviction when you don't know what's right. Conviction gonna come in through what we're gonna use, the conscience. The way you're going to get that conviction, you have to be able to give information that goes or against. That's how you start to decide in your conscience. What are the ramifications if I do these actions to that fact? When you don't know, people feel like if they don't know, it won't hurt them. So if you walk across the expressway, you don't know a car coming and hit you, you won't get hurt. If somebody throw a rock and hit you in the head, you didn't see it coming, you should know it. You shouldn't get hurt because you didn't know it. See, it don't make, if I drop a ton of bricks on your head from off the top of a building, you didn't see it coming, you shouldn't be injured because you didn't know it. What you don't know won't hurt. How many times we heard this statement? It's a part of Christianity. But see, the white people that induced us with the religion, they wouldn't dare use it. White people want to know. Let's see, 7:38. Listen.
In that last yom,
And it came to pass on the last yom, last day,
that great yom of the Muhad,
the great day of pastor appreciation.
the great
It's nowhere
yom,
recorded. They can't find pastor appreciation, women day, men day. They'll say, well, it ain't the Bible, but the problem begins, you're supposed to follow. The purpose of giving us writings is so you have instructions. The problem you got with people, Torah is directions, instructions. So when we want to know what to do, we go back to the Torah, to the instructions. That's how we know what to do. It's not a matter of, well, you guys kind of we don't kind of do nothing. We're looking at what the man told us to do. And it came to pass on that last yom, the great yom of the Muhad, which we know which this was. This was what? Sokah, which is what? 8 days. This is not us. This is in the book. And he stood up on the left. Esther said, since y'all love Jesus, y'all follow Jesus, what day is this? And then show me when he came and say, forget all this. I died so you don't have to do it. Not written. This is what people do when they want to negate responsibility. Yahushua, his name means Yahuwah's salvation.
right?
Stood and cried out, called out, Yakra, for call out, saying,
If any each thirst,
let him
come unto me.
and do what?
And drink.
And drink. Let's see what he said. Now, anybody thirsty could come at that point. Who did that say couldn't come? Who did it exclude? That's all. Only person that excluded that point is whoever ain't thirsty.
That's right.
Only person. He said, if anybody thirsts, let them come unto me. So they don't exclude nobody, correct? Let's see what exclusion come in. Listen.
He that among on me,
One who amons, the word for believe, in me,
as the Katab hath said, out of his belly shall flow Nahar of Maim.
he's going to flow. Nahar is the Abri word for rivers and underground streams. Listen, living Kai, water give life. People don't know when water runs, and using the term not even with rivers, when water is moving, it can produce oxygen. Most people don't know that. It can produce, that's why running water is better than still water. Right. So because it's moving. Y'all got it? It is, it does. Water can purify itself on the rocks, it's moving. Water sitting still, just sat there like a bathtub. Right. You sat there a while, you just sitting in mud. So he said gonna flow Nahar, because we're talking about something that's coming from the belly. So it makes sense to mean Nahar because we're talking about underground streams, something that's gonna flow and it's gonna be inside. Of Kai Ma'im, living water. Let's see what he said. What was he talking about? He said this about what?
But this spake he of the Ruach.
He was actually talking about the spirit,
which they that among on him should receive. For the Ruach HaKadosh was not yet given, because that Yahushua was not yet Pa'ar.
It wasn't given as a gift because he hadn't been glorified. He was glorified in his mut, which is in his death. Now, the problem we got today when it comes down to people saying what they're going to get and what they're going to receive is how we actually follow and believe as the writings, which is the Katab, have said. And it's important for us because you can't receive the Ruach HaKadosh, which is the spirit of separation, unless you believe what he said. So you didn't believe that they were twins. But that's the writing. That's the writing. So how you get it? You didn't believe the name. You didn't believe the attributes of what he's done. You don't believe the dates he recorded that you're supposed to keep. How can you get this spirit? Do you just pray? Do you fast for it? Do you roll on the ground in a tissue or roll up in some blankets and get it? You get it from the writings. This is how easy it is for us to follow, but this is the thing that people have a problem with. He has a designated time that he has set aside. He has writings that he put into play so we know how to walk. Huh? 1 Thessalonians 4:1. I say this to all of them that watching too. There's a lot of people that watch us that not physically here on road. Don't try to be no half liver. Don't hold to one thing I said, not the rest of it. I know I got a lot of them out there, they pick and choose what they want to follow, what they want to take. They preach as long as they ain't cutting down on nothing they doing. But I cut down on everything ain't right. That's what I'm here for. To cut down on what's right and make sure I mandate what's, cut down on what ain't right and mandate what is right so everybody know how they're supposed to walk. He wasn't there to leave it in the hands of people to decide. If you leave it in the hands of people, that's why we're in the mess we're in now. Some guy just jump up from somewhere and decide one day he gonna lead the pastor choir and he gonna start pastoring the church and mess everybody up. If people ain't got the time, the knowledge, the resource, or the understanding, or the ability, you just can't take this job on. There's something Yahuwah got to give you. They got to be designated to you from it, and somebody got appointed to you that he done appointed. What happened? You got a whole bunch of people ain't never been appointed, never been sent by him, and they send some more jive turkeys, and everybody gets screwed up. It's the truth. That's all you got really, a whole bunch of jive turkey leading people. A turkey ain't never been nothing. Folk don't even kill it in November. This is 1 Thessalonians 4:1. Let's see what he told us. Listen.
Furthermore, then, we beseech you, our King, and exhort you by the Adon Yahushua.
We warn you in our Adon Yahushua.
That, as ye have received of us,
receive from us,
how ye ought to halak,
walk,
and to please Elohim.
And define con. They use grace. What word we use for? They use kasid. What they using for con? Pink. Is he using him? Ka'esher. Look it up. Oh, con, Kasi or con, C-A, they put it C-H-E-N. See, look it up, let them see what con is, which they know anyway, but look it up. So a lot of these words they find today in the King James Version, grace and faith and hope, none of these words actually exist for us. These are words that white people give you. These are words, this is the actual word they use, the con, but they'll tell you the word like gracious, kindness, favor, beauty. So these are not, these people say, well, ain't no use of using this because this the word, it's not the word. This is the actual word. Right. What these are telling you is this is what you speak in English, so you'll use, these are words that your King James perversion has rendered instead of this word. These are not exacts. This is what you know, so this is what they're going to tell you, and this is how they duke you right back. This is how they duke you. When the white man came, it was important for him to learn our language, take it from us, then move us over him. He wants you to say gracious. He wants you to use these words, because these words don't fit into the validity of belief when it comes down to serving the Most High. But, you know, that's what people give us. And the thing is, it's dangerous to die with this stuff and not know. Okay, come on back over. This is important for furthermore, my Akeem, we yakra upon you and exhort you, which is warn you, in our Adon, our master, Yahushua, that as you receive from us how to walk, halak, and to find Khan in the of Elohim, the mighty ones, as you halak also, so you should abound and so multiply more. And a lot of times people don't look at why they're not multiplying, why things not working out for them. And these are the things we all got to sit down and start looking at. So we go back and start looking at acts, attributes, things that we do to consider what keeps us from multiplying, what keeps us from abounding, becoming more abundant. Because the only thing that we can use for this, the reference is what? Barashit, what about it? Be fruitful and multiply. That's right, more gain. And the only way they were able to be fruitful and multiply is Elohim had to actually help. Same thing that Ka'ua told us. She was able to multiply because Yahuwah helped her. Yahuwah can't help us when we're not doing what he told us. There's no need for him to look for him to intercede to help us to do something when we hadn't did what he told us. So a lot of times we're the type of people where we want the goodness of Elohim, but we don't want the retribution of Elohim when we don't comply. And a lot of us won't admit and won't acknowledge things that we've done when he come back to recompense us. And this is the thing that we sat down to consider. Life is set up the way it is so people will sit back and look and make different decisions. Sometimes you can be right beside a person, something happened, and you say, I was that close. Could have been me. And you know what that to do, to let you consider. He'll have con on one and another one. He said, I'll harden myself on them. So you sat back to start to consider how important it is to make sure your life is right. You can't keep just sitting around and praying. Listen, I palau Yum and Layla. I palau. I sing y'all noon palau, later palau. You sing y'all morning palau, but y'all be later. So there's some stuff you need to learn how to do anyway on your own. Get responsible. At the same time, you need to start considering every day your life a vapor smoke. It's just a matter of time for that man come and get you. And you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you don't line up and that man don't receive you. I said, you ain't got to be sick to die. Everybody can die and a candidate to death if you living. The young as well as the old. When that man set forth, he told he sharpened his sword, he'll set against everybody. And when he set forth his sword and set forth his and go in his treasure and decide to put all the attributes that he got on the rocks to tear and destroy their place, it's so we'll consider. All this he do just to get us to turn. People don't realize everything that he doing, he let him. It's so the people all of him will consider. A lot of us wouldn't consider people otherwise. Before you know, you'll look at an old movie, you'll look at me and say, ain't nobody got on no mask. Anybody worried about how y'all ever look? Sometimes you'll look at something, you say, man, that's amazing. It was a life with no mask, no vaccination card. You just went, you just go. Yahuwah just let you know. It's just a matter of time. He'll change everything. And as soon as you go from one thing, you got another one. As soon as you get through that, it's another one. It's to get man to get to some point, he'll start to consider their ways and repent. This is the only thing it takes. And then at this, man still won't repent. Man still getting wicked. And Yahuwah done said in his mind, he going to destroy man. Because man still won't turn. No matter what he does to him, he won't turn. But he'll put us in situations that'll make you consider. Yeah. Isn't that right? So this is what I'm concerned about. You guys have learned how you ought to walk before you move. Y'all don't learn how you're supposed to walk before you get sick. You don't learn how to walk before you got broke. Before your relationship split up, you guys been taught how to walk. This ain't nothing y'all just learning now. And I know for a fact, I've been an example on you how to do it. I ain't just been using no book. I'm talking about what I'm living. I ain't waiting till I die before I start living right. I don't want to get on no deathbed to live right. I got to do mine while I'm on this side. Pick me up at Eucharist 9 and 1. They call it John, because they don't know no better. They look it up, they'll find out the name John. It actually refers to a man that buy prostitutes. And they'll tell you that's their favorite book, a man that buy prostitutes. Nine and 1, Eucharist. Listen.
And Yahushua passed by, and as Yahushua passed by, he saw an Ish, which was blind from his birth.
From the day of his birth. Tell him what happened.
And his Talmudim asked him, saying, Adon, who did kata,
Want to know who's sin?
this Ish or his parents, that he was born blind?
That's what folks ought to consider too when stuff happens. They had enough sense to consider how much the parent and the child life have a part to what happened to you. A lot of times people sit back and look at stuff and people want to blow it off and just put it, see if he said the devil did it. That's what the folks say anytime they see something wrong, first thing they put on the devil did it. Them folks ain't asked about no Satan. Them folks asked them, who committed kata, this man or his parents? Who did the wrong? We go by and first thing we do, we see Shrine of Hospital, we run and start shoving dollars in. We see something, we run and try to give money to it. Ask the question, who did commit kata? This child or their parent? See, y'all hearing why y'all young. Why y'all think the book just we started, we gonna go back and Most High see fit and Kahalator. He told y'all to remember y'all creating the days of your youth before the Rasha days come, which are the evil days. So a lot of folks won't talk to y'all young people. They want y'all to play with Christmas, another lie. Has nothing to do with Elohim. They can't find it recorded, no behaviors of it. They got it from Satan himself.
Yep.
These lying white folk done dug up something and gave it to them. They can't record it.
That's right.
White folk put that stuff out here and made niggas spend up all their money, make a fool like
That's
themselves.
right. That's right.
So stupid, sit up on a kiss somebody under some poison ivy. Stupid self. Tell why they don't kiss, why you can't kiss on it no other day?
That's right.
Nigga wait till the end of the year to bust an egg and pour some milk on it. They ain't but a waste of time.
That's right.
Everything they do, tell them to do it after Christmas. They're gonna, oh, leave the tree in your house all year is good luck.
That's right.
Niggas ain't got no better sense. His slave master make him stupid.
Yep.
You know, fool. The man done sat here and told them folk about not to follow where these heathen, but they're hard-headed.
Yep.
It's 9 and 3. Listen.
Yahushua answered, neither hath this Ish kata nor his parents, but that the works of Elohim should be made manifest in him.
See that? He put on the, he told you why it happened. He said neither one of them sinned. They asked their question because, see, our people, we come from behavior. We ask questions when we see stuff. We know things don't just happen. People sit around, they like to tell lies. The Lord work in mysterious ways. Find that for me and read it. Never told you that. Them people knew when they saw that man blind, somebody did something.
That's right.
Those people knew when they saw it, somebody did something. We don't want to sit around and say, oh, bless their little heart and keep going. Because you don't know no better. You don't want to acknowledge the truth. People don't want to be judged, and the book judges them. Why did he tell them they committed sin? They were wrong. They were going to hell for asking that question. Why he didn't tell me it wasn't their business? They saw a man that was born blind. They knew, did this man do something that caused himself to be blind, or is it something that came from his parents? See, that's why I try to get on these parents here about behavior and thing they do. It trickle right down to the kids. Yeah, hold on, let's see why they use that. Give me Allah Shamut. They call it Exodus, chapter 20. The young folk need to know it why they can't. Y'all old, I ain't gonna be able to say y'all, you done stayed out there too long. Sometimes folks stay out there too long, it's hard to pull them back to get them to realize the truth. But the man done told you, though, except you be converted, become as a little child, you ain't no why gonna enter in. Allah Shamut, 20. Say 20 and 3. They'll call it Exodus. Make no sense, Cause they'll let the white folk make a fool out of him. And Bob Marley, another disgrace. Nothing but a disgrace telling that lie. Exodus, oh yeah, the people, oh yeah, make a fool out of them. That's not even the name of the book. The name of the book, and these were the names. We don't have no book called no Exodus. Quit telling our people lies and tell them the truth. This is the Torah. He was giving us instructions on what we're supposed to do. Listen, 20:3, listen.
Thou shalt have no other Elohim before me.
Because Elohim means the mighty ones. Elohim is a plural word. Him and his son. He said, you're not supposed to have no other mighty ones before me. Let's see what he said.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
Any idols.
or any likeness of anything that is in Shamayim above.
And they're going to get a dove. They're going to get a white man and put him on a stick, a pickle on a stick. You might well get a pig in the blanket. Y'all remember them pig in the blanket? A little wrapped up in a little corn dog. What them corn dog? Same thing. Same corn dog ain't nothing but a pig in the blanket. Don't put a stick in, ain't nothing but a pig in the blanket. You put a stick in there, it's a corn dog. And you a salty dog. Well, he told you shall not make for yourselves an idol or any likeness of what is in the Shamayim above. And they're going to still go get a dove and put on their car. They'll still do it because they're hard-headed. They're going to go ahead and make it and do it anyway. Or
that is in the Aras beneath.
Or
that is in the Ma'im under the Aras.
And they're going to put a fish on the back of their car. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not shakah thyself to them.
Not worship them.
Nor serve them.
Nor serve them.
For I, Yahuwah, thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim.
Doing what?
Visiting the iniquity of the Abud upon the Benim unto the third and fourth Tuledath of them that hate me.
Look what he said. You shall not worship them, which you should call, nor serve, which you put, would that be Shara? No, serve. What did he put on? Oh, Abad, serve, because a servant, Abad. Abad them, for I am Yahuwah, your Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the Abath, which are the children, the fathers, on the Benim, the children, on the third and the fourth Tuledath generation of those who what?
Hate me.
They hate me. Now this makes sense. My young people, what do y'all know from what y'all hear right here? From the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me. What do you know from that? Y'all know anything? Anything spark your mind? And you think about something? You got all them answers back there by your mama. Your mama getting you a cheat sheet. I get them up here, I can't get one else out there. Mama slide in a little cue card. Oh, they get exposed. Anybody? Any young people? Y'all think about anything? What you think about Malachi? Malachi, I'm thinking he need to keep moving. That don't spark your mind? How about my other people? Anybody that spark anybody's mind? 1, 2, 3. Pastor? What does spark your mind? How many of y'all want me to check with the pastor? How many of y'all believe the pastor got the right answer? Two. I understand. Tell them what you got, Pastor. That's what I thought. That's why they pay me. Y'all want to see it? Yes, sir. All right, let's see. Pick my back to 15th chapter book of Yehukanan, 15 and 22. That's based off of what you just read. So this is the thing, what people think is insignificant. It's very significant because you're looking at your salvation. Your salvation can't just be entailed into what you think and what you're feeling. It's got to be based upon what you know. If the book declares, which is the Sefer, which is the scroll of writing, declared that you shall know the Amath, which is the truth, and the Amath shall make you free. So if you don't know the Amath, how are you free? Well, I don't care about what no man. This is what's dangerous. You can believe bits and pieces of the book for your convenience. Then when the book condemns you, then a man wrote it.
Right.
Scary.
No man, it's real scary. Because what you believe, you got from the same book you don't want to believe.
Right. That's right.
See, this is the problem with Christianity. This is what I don't get. All Christians ought to be in the same building. Ain't nothing based off no writings. I don't know how one can condemn the other one. This is 15 and 22. Let's see why I went here. Listen.
If I had not come and spoken unto them.
Listen, he said, if I had not did what?
Come
And did what?
spoken unto them.
Tell them what happened.
They had not had kata.
There would be no sin had he not come. Don't mind you, these folks ain't got sin. He said there would be no sin in them. But
now
they
have no cloak
they shall not be able to escape
for their kata.
on account of their kata, their sin. These folks saying the man came, they ain't got it. The man said, if I wouldn't have came, you wouldn't have had it. The man said, I came, now you got it. They don't even, they confused right now.
That's right.
They said, the man came, ain't got no sin. The man said, no, if I hadn't come, you wouldn't have had none.
That's right.
He said, now I came, now you can't escape because of your sin.
That's right.
Reason why that was important, because now you got an example.
Yes, sir.
You ain't had no example.
Yes, sir.
You ain't had nobody had come through and had been taught me all to the letter, not to the full letter of to the Torah.
Come on.
The man said everybody came before you were thieves and robbers.
That's right.
That man came in the scene and said, had I not come, they so dumb, they tell he came, now they ain't got none. The man just said, I came, now you got it. They confused. Let's see what else he told them. Come on, 23.
He that hateth me
One who hates me.
hateth my Abba also.
That's why it's Elohim, because you're talking plural. These people got one God. Makes no sense because they go back. This is how the King James Version confused them. In their first Bereshit, they called Genesis 1:1. It said God, capital bold letter. Do y'all start out at G-O-D? How do y'all start out in your Bereshit that they call Genesis? Y'all ain't got no book. I ain't go back. It should be the first page of the table of contents or something. Capital G. It's a lower D, lower O, lower D. Yes, sir. And they're going to tell you if it's capital, that's going to capitalize it one. And that's going to mess you up because it's actual plural. It should have been G-O-D-S. Because they actually made a fool out of him. They actually made him think he was talking one, he was talking two. And they read you could not understood. He'll clearly tell you that he was with the Abba. That's why he let you know. That's why he said, one who hates me shall also hate my Abba, because they're one and the same. It's two.
That's right.
Let's see what he told us at 24. Listen.
If I had not done among them the works which none other each did, they had not had kata.
See that? You wouldn't have had no sin in them.
But now have they both seen
and
hated both me and my Abba.
Let's see what happened. Mm-hmm.
But this cometh to pass.
This does what?
Cometh to pass.
But this is to fulfill the word.
That the debar might be fulfilled.
What's it about?
That is katab in their Torah.
See, this only happened so it could fulfill the word that was written in their Torah, which is in their instruction. They what?
Hated me without a cause.
That's what he said. Matthew chapter 1, they call it Matthew. 1:16. They'll call it Matthew, but his name is, but the writing is Matthew. And what does it mean? The gift of Yahuwah. And the book is right, the name titling is letting you know that he gave you something. It's the gift of Yahuwah. But they wouldn't understand that. You can do 1:16, 1:17. Let's see. Listen.
And Yaakov begat Joseph, the husband of Marim, of whom was born Yahushua, who is called Mashiach.
He was called a Mashiach. He was called the anointed one. But they're going to call him Christ. Which, look, the Greeks tell you it's Christos. You still ain't right. The Greeks call it Christos, which means to rub with oil. And that does not signify just him. The Greek word Christo means anything. If you rub oil on your knee, that means you just Mashiach. Well, they'll say you just anointed it. So the people that go and say it means the same thing is different. Okay, come on. 17.
So all the Tuledat from Abraham to Daud are 14 Tuledat.
Was how many?
14.
Can anybody count? Yes, sir. All right, how many we got so far? It was how many? 14. And what else?
And from Daud until the carrying away into Babylon.
Until the exile to Babel.
Are 14 Tuledat.
That'll give us what? 28? 28 and?
From the carrying away unto Babel unto Mashiach are 14 Tuledat.
And that'll give us how many? 42. Let's see what he told us at the book of Ala Shemut. They call Exodus. 20. What we left out? 20 and 4? 20 and 5?
Well,
20 and 6?
We was reading 5.
Okay. He was at 20. Boom. They be moving. That's what I want. 25. Let's listen to what 25 said again. You
shall not bow down thyself to
should
them,
call them,
nor serve them.
will abide them. For
I, Yahuwah, thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim.
doing what?
Visiting.
Visiting is coming. How you visit if you don't go? Visiting the what?
Iniquity.
Of the who?
Aboth.
Where?
Upon the Benin.
When?
Unto the third.
And on the what?
Fourth. To Ladath.
Of who?
Them that hate me.
That's why I told you reading your tour, you hated me without a cause. That's why you had to learn he came in 42 to Ladath.
That's right.
He told you if I had not come, what you think he was telling you? He told you I visit. Now he just told you I came. These people don't even know what they believe. They don't even know what they believe. The man just told you I visit.
Right.
Then he had to come, didn't he?
That's right.
That's why the man told you I had not come. I'm here.
That's
Why
right.
I'm going to give you my $2 tell you when I came?
That's right.
If it ain't important to your tour.
That's right.
Because I told you I'm going to come to them that do what?
Hate me.
And I just told you it's written in your Torah that they hated me.
That's right.
And I told you I was coming. Visiting the what? Visiting the what?
Iniquity of the
And I
Aboth.
told you you didn't have no Qatar till I came.
That's right. That's right.
For our young children, this is why it's important for you guys to pay attention and learn how y'all supposed to walk. You're getting this at a good age so you'll know how to keep yourselves. A lot of stuff that a lot of us have gone out here and done, doing stupid stuff, drinking and fornicating, committing adultery, lying and shacking up and doing drugs. This stuff y'all ain't got to do.
That's right.
Because everything we done, we paying for it. If you don't pay for it today, you going to pay for it.
Oh, you gonna pay. That's right.
You'll run a good while until he come to visit you. Y'all got an opportunity while y'all young to put this and set it sink deep in your lobs, in your heart, and keep it and get it in your minds. This is what he wanted us to do. Pick me up at the 5th chapter. See that does. 8. See if that's 8 and 5 of the book of Abarim. They call it Abarim. They call it Hebrew. We don't know what a Hebrew is. Before we talking about there one with a light, I don't know what they is. Folks just waste time. They'll say, he fighting, ain't fighting, now. It's just folks tell you stuff to make a fool out you. Let's see what they talk. This is the book of Abarim, 5 and 1. They'll call it Hebrews. That's not the proper name. It's Abarim. What does Abarim mean? Young people? That's it. That's what. Come on, gray heads. Come on, gray heads. Keep on. Come on, jump in front of the kid. Come on. Kerry, you weren't in that group this time, was you? I'm just checking, yeah. Yeah. What's man? What? So he said mean the other side. How many of y'all agree with this foolishness? Let me see your hand. How many of y'all agree with this? How many of y'all agree? He's talking about mean the other side. How many of y'all agree with it? Aubrey? How many of y'all said no? Why y'all do that? That's what it means, other side. How y'all let me just chump y'all out of y'all innocence? That's what Abarim means. It means the other side. Do y'all know how we became the people of the other side? Because we what? Because we crossed over? Do y'all know how we became the other side? Separate? When? He said he don't know. He said, I don't know when. He was doing good. Y'all know when? Y'all know how we became the other side? Aubrey? Who said they know? What did how, Junior? When they did what? We went to do what? When we disobeyed Mr. Yahuwah. You came with the answer by yourself. Don't ever do that again. You wait on the teacher. And they want to encourage the young people, you know. You don't want to tear them down. You want to build them up. No, we became, let's pick up and show how we became the other side, Abari. They need to understand that. Y'all fine, though. Abari said that, I'm sorry, I'm now calling Abari. Barashit, 10, started with 10, 19 maybe? Let me see. It's important for y'all to know that. See, you don't want to walk out here and start quoting stuff like the old people. They be quoting just saying something that made absolutely no sense, talking about what their granddad and grandmama said and they can't find no writings. You're attaching your life to this. If you're going to attach your life to something, y'all young people, don't let it be nobody's mouth. Make sure it's something you can verify. We are the Abarim. We can prove how we Abarim. Y'all got it? Now these people can't prove nothing they got. They can't prove Christianity because they don't have a date far enough back. Christianity came from the Roman Catholic Church, where they have sex with kids, where they can sit around and tell lies and don't get baptized. Somebody dump 3 spots of water on their head. Then they stick an Alka-Seltzer in their mouth. And they got a man there called Pope, and he don't turn and let him see you behind. Don't call him Pope for nothing. That's the truth. You mess around, you get pregnant. All right, we'll start at 10:19. Let's see, read.
And
Your mic just died, your battery dead. It's talking about so this is giving us the territory, which is going to show you the region. This is after the flood, after Noah. We don't know who Noah is. It's Noah, okay? Y'all know that Noah and his 3 Benim, his sons, when they begot, they started to let you know these are their sons. They started to show you how everybody went out and giving you their regions. Let's see. Go ahead.
And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar,
Yeah.
unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah,
And it's called Amorah. Go ahead.
and Zeboim, even unto Lasha.
Okay. 20.
These are the Benim of Kam, after their Mishpachah,
After they found this,
after their tongues,
see, after their languages,
in their countries,
in their lands,
and in their goim.
their goim, and by their nation, which is letting you know their languages, so that's telling you already that there were different languages. All right, let's see what happened. Well, they came in a different language. Let's see.
Unto Shem, also the Abba of all the Benim of Abar,
See that? Abar. This is the father who we follow. Abar, which was one of his sons. They'll put Eber. That's what they want. Anything to make look like that guy make them move Christian Eber. They sit around and grade them movies. But this was his son, Abar. And
the Ak of Yaphat, the elder, even
they're
to
going to call
him,
him Jophet. We don't know who them folks is. His name is Yaphat. We don't know who these folks is. No, Jophet, whoever they come up with. He's the older brother, Shem. Come on.
even to him were Benim born.
Okay. All right, the sons were Elam,
Elam and Ashur and Arphaxad and Lud and Aram.
Aram. What does Aram mean? Y'all remember? My young people, there we go. That's the moment. Somebody got a gray string. I heard the sting say bling. Go ahead.
And the Benim of Aram, Uz and Hul and Gathar and Mash.
Come on. 24. Okay.
And Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Abar.
Let's say.
And unto Abar were born to Bani.
Which one?
The Shem of one was Peleg, for in his Yamim was the Arats divided, and his ox Shem was Yaktan.
Now we need to look at this because that's what his son Peleg. Let's look up the name, show him what it means. Peleg, what his name mean? To stop some of their lives. Peleg was an earthquake. You know what happened when the earthquakes?
Right.
The ground would typically break and then divide. So his Shem actually came down with earthquake, which let us know it was going to be a divide.
That's right.
The rocks were going to open up and going to separate us. Okay? So y'all got that? So this is how we start to look at how we come into play. It let you know in the days doing this is when we did our separation. There was an earthquake and we wound up dividing from them. That's how we Abarim. Y'all got it? We're Abari. We're on the other side. Let's see what happened when we went to the other side.
That's right.
Let's go back. Let's read down. Okay. Go ahead.
And Yaktan begot Almadad and Shelaphah and Hazamavath and Yerah and Hadaram and Uzal and Diklah
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot. Go ahead.
and Obal and Abiyal and Sheba and Ophir and Havlah and Yabab.
Kabbalah.
All these were the Bani of Yaktan.
You say it's a Havilah,
Yes, sir.
which was Kabbalah. And all right, see, they'll tell you that to get you off because it told you what y'all learned what was in Kabbalah. Gold. Those were the Nahar that came out of Adon. The garden they call Eve would make no sense. Garden of no Eden, it's Adon. Isn't that right? Adam was the Ish. It's named after him. He was the son. So you're looking at, you come out the gun, you're looking at what came out of Adon. All of those Nahar came out, they all fed out to different places where there was gold. That's how the white people knew to come to Africa and take all your riches. People don't look at, see, Negroes only know so much. All they know is roots. What's bad about the movie Roots? The thing ain't even true.
That's right.
Alice Haley lied.
That's right.
And these niggas ran. There's some fact. There's factual that yes, we were slaves. With his whole story. Listen, fictional. He lied.
That's right.
First of all, nigga ain't had no books in no 1600. No gun where we gonna small another run. Somebody cut your foot out. Hold on, let me write that down right quick. Somebody wrote that stuff down. Folks trying to tell lies. They exposed them before they died. But we know that we were slaves. We know we were taken from and taken by these people. Okay, come on.
And their dwelling was from Mashah, as thou goest unto Sephar, a Har in the east.
A mountain in the east, come on.
These are the Bani of Sham, after their Mispakah, after their tongues, in their lands, after their Goim.
See that? Come on.
These are the Mispakah of the Bani of Nuach, after their Tuladah, in their Goim. And by these were the Goim divided in the Arats after the flood.
See that? And that's how everybody was divided, separated on the Arats, on the earth after the flood. Come on. That's it.
Yes, sir.
11 and 1. Come on.
And
Listen.
the whole Arats was of one language and of one speech.
So what did we just learn? Tell them louder, Canada. Because now he's telling you the whole world, the whole earth was of one language and the same words. Dabarim. So I would take now how we know that Yahuwah, how he speak, he declared, I declare the end at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So what you just heard was what happened later. Now he's going back to tell you, first of all, everybody was speaking one language.
Right.
When he told you about the families being divided and everybody in their language, he's going back now to tell you that the whole Arats was one language. And they all spake the same words.
Right.
All right, let's see what happened. Come on. Uh-oh. Come on.
And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the Arats of Shinar, and they dwelt there.
And they settled there. Come on.
And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar.
Come on.
And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach into Shamayim, and let us make us a Shem, lest we be scattered abroad upon the Pani of the whole Arats.
See that? Come on.
And Yahuwah came down to see the city and the tower which the Bani of Adam builded.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuwah Amar, behold, the is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language,
Confuse their language.
that they may not understand one another's speech.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
So Yahuwah scattered them abroad from thence upon the Pani of the Arats.
And
They left off to build the city.
that's how we know we're the other side.
That's right.
We broke off from these people. Earthquake came, we broke off from these people. We have nothing to do with these people and their stuff. That's why our language is different. These people sit around and try to figure, what's this you speaking? What's what you doing? Because he came along, he divided our languages.
That's right.
This came in to be a separation. It's a separation between us now. Christians don't speak the same thing. That stuff a lot of folks speak. We can't hear to it. It don't make sense because they won't come back to what the man established. If we all gonna speak the same thing, now according to 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10, he declared that we should all speak the same thing. And that there should be no, what is a division? That's how we know we went to the other side. Because it was a divide because of what they said. That's why Buddha said, can two walk together? Because we ain't gonna go along with the same thing, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna do just like Peter, it's gonna be an earthquake, we're gonna separate.
Right.
That's how we walk. That's how they understood separation because the rocks came and divided itself. Y'all got it? Yes, that's what they understood, that there is a separation. The same thing when it come down to behaviors. When the book told us, when we sat down and people had different behaviors, what he said, no such a one, not to eat. He said, Pilo, you separate. You put the divide down. That's how strong and strict that we have to be for our religion. We'll sit down, and when you look at religion is just a culture way of people doing something. This is a way of life for us. And this way of life is so strenuous to us or so strict to us that we can't afford to sit around and guess and try to figure. We have to go with what's written. People say, oh, but you have your own mind. That's why you're in the predicament you're in.
Right.
Because your mind will go contrary to what you're being taught.
Right.
See, we're not taught to go contrary to what we've been taught. We've been taught that what we were shown is how you ought to walk. That's how you follow. What they're doing, how their mind is, they look at something. If it's something they don't like, if it mess with their holiday, if it mess with their dress code, if it cause a division with their family, then let it alone. The Lord don't want that. Instead of family getting right. That's just how it is. Everybody got a way we got to walk. You got to hold a standard. That's just being honest. You got to hold a standard. I got 2 daughters out there. I love both of them, my oldest girl and my baby girl. I love my babies. I love them too, but they know where they can't stay at. You can't stay in that house though.
That's right.
You can't stay in my house. No, sir. We can't do that. What I stand for. You're not hanging no pants up in there. Mm-hmm. All them pants go up in there going to be my pants. You can't come in there and baby doll put that junk on there because don't believe in it. Mm-hmm. He got a strict way. He told a woman, you're supposed to adorn yourself in modest apparel. And you're supposed to have shamefacedness and sobriety, not with gold, pearl, costly array. He said women supposed to be professing Elohim, and your work's supposed to be too. Your work's not too when you're doing it. You know, you get a tattoo, well, everyone get one, they want to show it off. That's what the world makers do. They can't get it and hide it. They got to show it off. Go buy a shirt just to show something over your butt crack, then tell some man, don't look at your booty. You done marked it. You done marked the booty. Now the man gonna rape you. They don't like that. That's the truth. I tell y'all want to draw on something, go get you some paper.
That's right.
That's what we did. We was in school. Get you some paper.
That's
and
right.
draw on some paper. You got no business drawing on your body. Some of us have done it before, but we done it in our ignorance.
That's right.
Now you get intelligent, you do better.
That's right.
Isn't that right? So I'm going to get ready and let y'all go, but I'll finish that 8 and 5 right quick. Matter of fact, no. You ain't got to finish 8 and 5. I'll come back and get it Shabbat. Get me that 12 and 1 of Kahalab, they call it Ecclesiastes. I can get y'all out of here. I need to have a quick meeting with some people too. Kahalab, they call it Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. I want the young people to remember this. I want them to get it in their law. While y'all young, y'all get this now. While y'all save yourself a whole lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. Don't wait till you get old and broke down and try to run in here and try to live right. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
When you get to finish that 9th chapter book of Yuchanan, they call John, Yahushua said he had to work the work of Yahuwah while it's yet day.
That's
he
right.
said when the Layla comes, he said you can't work in the Layla.
That's right.
You can't work when you dead. Folks be telling me they dead, they still work. That's a lie. When you dead, you can't do nothing for
That's
this
right.
man. Everything you gonna do for this man, you gotta do while you on the top side.
Come on.
While you up and you able. That's why I press my way.
That's right.
Cause I know when I get out, it's gonna be a time I ain't gonna be able to do it.
That's right.
So I try to get all my in while I'm on this time. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right? When I leave, I gotta do all that crime. I gotta do nothing. When I get down to it, y'all just go and take that bottle right on to the grave. You ain't gonna find me there. You go in and grab that cold bottle you want to and mess up my clothes. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna be able to tell you, but I'm gonna be pissed. Get your hands all gone, closed, and let it go on to the grave. Ain't nothing I can do after I get finished. When I get finished, I've done everything I can do while I'm on this side.
That's right.
Y'all hear me? Every one of us are here. You on this side, this your best time to get it right.
That's right.
You can't do nothing on the other side. That's the truth. Everybody in here, this the best time to get it right. This is 12-1. My young people, and those y'all that still able, what do you want me to do?
It's a car now.
What y'all supposed to do is a car. What y'all supposed to do? Hold on, what else y'all remember? What else y'all remember you supposed to do is a car? Young people, what y'all remember? Your parents, what y'all remember is a car? That's tight. We put it up on the board for y'all. What y'all remember about Zakar? You're supposed to mark it. You're supposed to mark it as to remember. You know, people, y'all ever use the bookmark? You stick it in between now, so you know exactly where to go back to, right? Put a bookmark on this. Mm-hmm. Y'all hear me? Someone get them by got the string in there so you can mark it. You know, as a man, they put the tick in now. They had that little red string. You put it between the page, so you can remind where to go back to. That's what Zakar, remember, you're supposed to mark it. Don't just mark it. I want y'all to mark it. You hear me? Ask to remember it. You put a mark on it so you don't forget it. Put something there so you don't forget it. Y'all got it? Don't just remember. That's what they do. That's why they don't stay with that. I want you to put a mark on it as to not to forget it. Okay? Zakar now.
Thy creator.
And when?
The Yamim of thy youth.
Why?
The Rosh Yamim come not.
Nor.
The years draw nigh.
Draw near.
When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
All right. He's supposed to tell you. But I'm knee get the hurting and get the going. Man, there was a time, man, you know what a knee ache felt like.
That's right.
A backache.
That's right.
Keep living. Yahuwah let you know that's your youth when you can do that. Man, you to hit the ground, man. Shh. If I run the pole, I hit the ground, this, I will rubber. Bow! Back up and keep going. Don't even feel it. I hit the ground. If I look at the ground, he let me fall in slow motion.
That's right.
If I fall, he just let my bones start cracking, breaking before I hit it. So he know when you hit the ground, it don't be nothing but just a water splash.
That's right.
He know I can't take that. I hit that ground, everything cracked out. He know I'm too old to fall. My body looked, that thing said, hope, that thing just kept me, said, but this'll kill you. That on that age, I mean, you were young, how many times you done fell, boss? Man, what you think about now if you would have fallen, hit the ground right here? You'll get back up. You'll fit back, what happened? You hear what he said that? Did you get to say you to fall back then? Say your feet went, but you know what? Time. Folks don't, but time change, listen, time will change stuff on you. Y'all hear me? While y'all labor, this the best time to serve now. Don't wait till you get broke down old and can't hardly do nothing. Talking about what you'll do, you get up. You better do it while you able now.
That's right.
You don't get no chance. He give you all the opportunity you need now. I know I ain't gonna be able to keep all y'all young folk, cause y'all gonna get out there, you're gonna smell some tail. Cause y'all gonna run tail, woman behind. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna feel like you're gonna have to run out there and you have to go get it. You're willing, he'll grant you to come back. If he don't, he'll leave you out there. Yep. You know what I tell you? I wouldn't chance it.
Nope.
I ain't gonna be the one to go find out if I can make it back.
Nope.
I just ain't gonna do it. I don't wanna know if I can make it back. I don't believe I can. I ain't gonna find out. I'll stay right here and just keep holding on. Cause I know the time gonna come. Eventually, everything I do I ain't gonna be able to do no more. I don't hear the same way. I don't remember the same thing like I used to. Things just take a little more time than they used to. You just make you start considering. This all signifying my mood. What mean I'm leaving him. I got to hear, when I started to change my life to give up drugs and women and stuff, I was 26 years old. I had done a lot. By the time I was 26, I did more than niggas gonna do by the time they 50, 60 years old. Cause I was wide open out there. I didn't think I could die. I thought I could keep going and nothing happened. I thought I'd live forever. I didn't think I'd ever get old. I thought when I was in my 20s, I said, man, I ain't gonna never get out my 20s. I wanna be 30. I got 30, I said, 35 a good age. Now I said, I've been said, we can cut this off. But if he cut it off, he gotta stop me. That mean I ain't here no more. You keep living. The time you keep moving, you're moving closer to the grave. This be y'all best time while y'all young. Get this thing right. Y'all got out, like in church when I was coming along, they wouldn't let y'all son no friends. Except if they had a little children program. And you better not ask no question. Your parents gonna slap you in the mouth. You don't ask the preacher no question. That's questioning God. Wow, they didn't wanna know. So y'all got a chance, y'all can ask questions. Make sure you learn it, make sure you get it. Don't just believe that, don't just believe that because your parents brought you here. You wanna make sure you know why you believe in what you believe. If you don't, somebody gonna shake you later. Y'all hear me? Don't let nobody shake you. We put all our information up here. People don't like this. It's too long. It's too much. But you want to go all the way to Shamayim.
Right.
Nigga want to go all the way to heaven with 2 words. You ain't going to get it no Shamayim. You're not going to be saved unless you understand the curriculum. This is what we studying because we want to be saved. We put the time in because we want to be right. Suppose they're trying to be too, all that don't matter. What the man leave a book here and then and all of a sudden you came up with, find me one right and say all this don't matter. They can't find it. All this Christian is the most lazy religion. You can carry a Bible, don't read it, don't know what it means. You don't even care if it ain't right. It don't make no sense. They reading the book that's in complete English and you think that's how the whole thing started. That's amazing. They go and mispronounce one of them Christian names and see when they cut the food. So how you mispronounce this man's name and everything okay? It don't matter what you call him, but let me call you Summer and see if that matters. It shouldn't matter. But you ready to fight and get pissed, but you don't think he pissed when you call him by the wrong name. People stupid. That just makes absolutely no sense. How does it make sense you want folk to call you by your proper name, but he don't want to be called by his? Why would that man go and tell these folks what his name was if he didn't want them to, it don't matter. Whatever the slave master told you, call people late. Please don't be a Christian. To be a Christian to be nothing. It's just a waste of time. Everyone got their own, put Christian, all of them say, all you Christians, what's all these titling for? A Baptist, Pentecostal, holy non-denomination. What are y'all doing? Claim something that the man that actually ordained. Tell them to find that stuff in the book. Man said when the day of Ukok Shabuah come, they don't wrote Pentecost and that's a church religion. We Pentecostal. The word ain't even in the book. Nothing these people doing lines up with the book. It's just something to follow. If you're going to believe something, please make sure you can validate it. But I want y'all to look at this. Let's see what else he told him right quick at verse 3. Remember, it said before you come, and you're going to say you don't have no pledge in them. Them hands, that arthritis to get it now, like your fist balled up all the time. I get a cramp in my foot. I lay in bed. I told her, I said, come right quick, massage it. She said, no. I said, as soon as it get better, I'm going to come and stomp you out with it. I told her I'll stomp you out with the same foot as soon as it get better. I just turn around with it. Otherwise, I said, sure, this nigga playing. That thing started running down the bottom of my foot. I said, whoo! I ain't never had that stuff when I was young. Never had nothing like that. Time come get you. It's 12 and 2, look at that. While not yet.
The Shamash,
and
or the Aurah,
the light,
or the Yaret,
or the Yaret,
or the Kukabim,
or what?
be not
and
Kashak, nor the clouds return after the rain.
Let's see what else he told him.
In the Yom, when the keepers of the Beth shall tremble, and the strong Anashim shall bow themselves,
and the what?
The grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be Kashak.
Nigga, you gonna be blind. That man just give you a whole breakdown. You start trimming, start shaking. Uncle Ted got that. Uncle Ted, man, Uncle Ted good for if you got a smoothie and your blunt ain't working, or you got some dice you finna roll them and you want to make sure you hit 7. Put my Uncle Ted hand, and let them go scowl 7 every time. But I harden. But think about it. I said, you know, being free humor. But Uncle Ted, you ain't always had that, did it? But guess what? That what the book say. You said we had to wear them glasses? Well, you got your early. So, yeah, we got to tell the truth. You got your early. You ain't got but a couple more things that you can get. Lose a couple of teammates. I mean, he already got his glasses. What y'all gonna tell him? We got to tell him the truth. He ain't got but see, you. I didn't write it. No, but in the realer things though, and I do say things humorous. Everybody here consider, people watching in, this is just a matter of time. They're going to be your, I used to think, every time I see no people, I said, not me. I did. I kept telling myself, I said, not me. I'm always be able to see. I'm always be, I ain't going to have it. Man, you keep living. That thing coming to get you. You keep living. Y'all young people, why y'all got opportunity? Antoine, that afro, but that thing have a hole in the middle of it. You just going to have the side. You might only have, we had all that. I had all that. You don't know, I mean, you don't know that thing. He looked at Antoine and said, man, you better keep preaching something else. He said, please don't preach on my, but I'm just saying, time. I looked at the picture, man, my hair was so black. Man, look here, man. If your hair was gray, I could have rubbed my head on your head and made it back black. Them days gone. But I look at myself with that graphic mirror, I said, I don't know who that old nigga is right now. And them things be sticking out like that, they don't want to act right. I said, man, listen, time come to get you. Why y'all able? I'm telling y'all, this is a good time y'all make sure y'all serve that man right. That way when something happens, you want to be able to call on him and get results. You don't want to call on that man when something happens and now jump and say, hear me now, I ain't done nothing you said. You want to be able to say, I've been keeping myself. I've been following. I've been obeying what you've been telling me. I've been doing what you told me to do. Yahuwah, Yahukanan, he'll come barak you. I ain't just telling you, he'll keep her. Now, I got some aches and some pain, but I sure ain't got no complaints about him. I ain't got no doubt about the way. I ain't got no complaint about Mr. Yahuwah. I have no, if you look at some complaints about Mr. Yahuwah, you won't get them from me. If there's anybody going to complain about him and what he do, it ain't going to be from me. Because everything he do is Yahukanan. When I get home, I have a pad full of blood. I tell him, why, I know what y'all sister going through. It's rough. At the end of the day, I do. It's the truth, though. Listen, I don't say it for no pity or nothing like that. Not at all. Man been tubed to me. However he see fit. He been tubed to me. Man, I try my best. I don't try to bother that man. Because when I pull out to Mr. Yahuwah about something, I want him to know, he know if I ask, it's serious. He know I ain't just, I seen a car today. I was looking at a watch and a wonder. I seen some shoes. I don't waste no time, Mr. Yahuwah. When I pull out to Mr. Yahuwah, it be about these members. It be about these members. It be about situation going to these folks. It be about us making sure we got the Ruach HaKodah before we leave him. I don't waste no time about no, I don't pull out for no rent money. I don't pull out for no car, no alternator, no starter, no tires. I don't pull out for none of that junk. I let that be what it is. A lot of study for prayer. I wouldn't waste my time. It ain't worth my time. He said, listen, he already know I got need of that stuff. He know my alternator go out, he know I need one. I don't even bother. When I ask him for something, it's going to be about something for the people. At the end of the day, I don't want to use up mine for no little trinket junk, for no fools that these folks get some stuff they're going to tap and going to go, and that mess around, I need something. When I'm in trouble, I want Yahuwah to come and rescue me. So I want to make sure my life measure up that he'll hit me when I pull out. I'm just telling that mean that I know y'all nigga pray. Nigga just ask for all kind of stuff. Nigga drive the street, eyes closed, changing lane, I'm kicked up against somebody in the name of Jesus. Keep your darn eyes open. Nowhere in that book, man, told you to pray with your eyes closed. But they'll do it anyway because they don't know no better. White man train them to do that. That's why they ain't got nothing now. Nigga eyes stay closed. They eyes closed. That's how they go to church on Sunday. Eyes closed. Because they look, the man clearly told them, remember the Shabbat and keep it Kodash. Ain't no, well, Sunday the new one. Just show me where he said it. Let me ask you something. If what these folks saying true, Jesus God been Sunday was the new church day, why them folk didn't go to church? Why he ain't bust in the church, bust up in that mother, start singing in the upper room? Right. Sunday morning, the upper room. Because they know they ain't never read it. Man, them folk was sitting in the house, them folk walking down the street kicking it. Why I studying about that joke? Was out the Shabbat. That's right. That man that got up on Shabbat, nobody would have known unless he came to the synagogue. Folk were keeping the Shabbat. That man knew they had to get up. He had to get up. We're going to see him. Them folk were walking through a whole nother village. Them folk wasn't going to no church. That's what I'm saying. The common sense of people. Some stuff don't even make sense to be that done stupid. Folks just take your time and read and see that the man ever said. That's your soul you talking about. Ain't nobody lead with no more pack of lie. These black preachers ain't never made the nigga dumber than what he was. That's why I'm against it. And the people ain't got no better to say. The question they preach and say, let's sit down and look at this right quick. Show me where you got this from. Ha ha ha. The Lord showed me the other day that you was going to come. There go another lie. I just came up with this. Then he should have showed you weren't going to have no answer. Now, answer these questions. I only had one person obey me. I know one lady, I'll tell you, I'll get ready to go. I had preached down on the I told them folks to get their preacher and sit them down and ask them questions. I said, they can't answer them questions. You need to leave their church. That man called me one Sunday. I was in the bed asleep. Pastor Smith? I said, yeah. He said, you caused me a lot of trouble. I said, excuse me. He said, you caused me a lot of trouble. I said, a lot of trouble? You tell me? I said, well, he said, you preached something and the members had called me over to the house and sat me down and put the tape on. They said, we want you to answer their question. We leaving. Listen, them folk brought that man to their house and put that tape on told and said, we want you to answer these questions. He said, you causing me problems. I said, I don't know. I said, you know me? He said, yeah, you told me. I said, well, I don't know. You know, he said, yeah, he said, Pastor Thomas Smith. I said, what that tell you? I said, man, I don't know nothing about you. I said, your member did right. You don't know how to answer them questions. They should leave your church. I said, what you calling me for anyway? Where me there? You causing me problem. Ain't causing you no problem. Answer the question. You told the folk you they pastor. Answer the question. I didn't put nothing out there one in the book. They could have said he can't answer and I couldn't answer it. These folks see these folks don't be in nothing. These preachers tell a lie that make these folks feel better and then start telling these folks the truth. Folk be died drunk, drug addict, homemonger. Where they at? In heaven. Where is heaven? Heaven is Greek. Don't even exist. None of them had no sense to sit down and see. There is no such place called heaven. It is a Greek mythology. Hell is Greek mythology. These people won't look it up because they're afraid to know the truth. Tell these people the truth is Sheol. These folks are going to burn in Sheol. This man ain't got no place. Folks going to just lay in and go have no ice cream sandwiches. I wouldn't be wasting my time. If that's the case, I'll go and go down there. Well, I'm scared of some ice cream sandwich other than some calorie. Maybe some that lactose intolerant after a while. Get a couple of runs, but after all, you in Sheol. You in hell that don't exist anyway. All you do is say, when you mess on yourself, it don't exist. This ain't even my mess. They'll tell these folks anything. Instead of telling folk the truth, folk get right. Young folk too. Anybody got the time to have no little drawn up, no little cartoon character for nobody? What we know, y'all need to know. That man gonna come back and he gonna judge you by this. Right quick, give me Romans 2:16. So around telling these folk these lies, folk need the truth. Shouldn't get folks up singing lies. I tell you the same thing. Anything you saying, that's what you supposed to believe. You don't believe it, don't sing it to me. I don't want to hear it. Right. Hear the truth, I'm going to sing it. I'd rather you shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it. I don't hear no liquor drink. I don't hear smell no cigarette smoke blowing out in there by my Elohim. Shut your mouth. Romans 2:16. That's why I'm here. Let's see what happened. This is Romans 2:16. Let's see what they're going to do. What did it say?
In the yom.
On here, he said, on the day. On the yom.
When Elohim
shall do what?
Shall shafet all the secrets of the Beni of Adam.
He gonna listen now. You know you got some secrets. You know you got some secrets, and he gonna get all the secrets of the Ben of Adam. I don't know these times, son of man. Everybody stem from Adam. You are the children of Adam. Listen.
By Yahushua HaMashiach.
Through Yahushua, the anointed one, according to what?
My tube news.
According to what I preach. That's what he gonna judge you by. And then you, when this man come back to judge everybody, don't be telling that time I don't know what he gonna judge about. He gonna judge someone from this book. So you are a liar. That means he come back, he gonna judge you according to what I taught. You getting judged by, and I've been teaching the book. That's what he gonna judge you. That's why Shah told you, in that day when that man judge everybody, it's gonna be according to what's inside that book. Now let these folks keep telling you a lie. Live right now. Yes, sir. That's true.